We have ANHD who's here. Thank you. Stabilizing NYC's in the house. Thank you. We have Cooper Square Committee. Thank you for all your good work down here. Good old Lower East Side. Stop Corman Coalition. We have Waterside Tenants Association. Stuytown Tenants Association. The Tenant Coalition. The TTC. Thank you. The TTC. Bowery Tenants. That counts on housing. And Eastville Community Coalition. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for being a part of this. Again, this is the beginning of identifying a problem that we've known has been going on for decades. We know the problem exists. The state has just done nothing about it. HCR has done nothing about it. And we need them to do more. So this is our attempt to push the government to do more, to identify the problems, to deal with the problems, and look for solutions. And an organization who's been at the forefront of this has been ANHD. So let me bring up Jaime to talk about what they've been doing around this.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for having me here. At ANHD, we have been studying this issue for years. We have been through cycle after cycle of boom and bust and seeing the pressure on rent-regulated tenants year after year after year, and it's getting worse. This is a city of renters. Everybody, how many people here rent? Before I was in my home, I was in a rent-regulated apartment with a preferential rent. And every year I was afraid that it would be taken away from me. So I understand it, and we see it amongst our tenants citywide. And this stock of housing is under attack. We are losing tens of thousands of rent-regulated units. We've lost tens of thousands over the past decade. In the last 3 years alone, we have lost 165,000 units of rents below $1,500. Half of the city cannot afford that. And we can't build our way out of this crisis. We have to preserve the housing stock that we have.
That's right, that's right.
Healthy lending is important. We need lenders at the table to make sure that the buildings are kept and maintained and kept well. But irresponsible lending is taking it away. And we call it predatory equity. And this is what happens. And for too long, there's been no transparency on lenders in this city. We don't know what their practices are. And it matters to the millions of tenants that are living in rent-regulated housing. And we know what happens when landlords take on too much debt or banks are lending to landlords that are acting irresponsibly. And the practices change all the time. What do we see? We see repealing preferential rent. We see MCIs. We see frivolous lawsuits. We see aggressive buyouts. And we have to keep chasing after it again and again, construction and harassment. It's tiring and it's ridiculous. We need lenders to be proactive and to be supporting our tenants and not just supporting the landlords. We need them to have responsible underwriting. We need them to vet the landlords and not lend to bad-acting landlords, particularly if there's not a plan to protect tenants, and to have true tenant engagement. So we applaud Assemblyman Epstein and Senator Hoylman for being there year after year after year and to doing something about this so that we can study what's happening at a systemic level and address it. So thank you.